Okay, and you can all hear me now, right? Hell yeah. Alright, sorry for the long intro wait. There was technical problems? Yeah, technical problems. Definitely wasn't I just said, oh boy, I'm gonna start the stream, and then went, hang on, wait, I promised I'd wash the dishes today. And then went, I can do that in 5 minutes, after having never done that in 5 minutes in my life. Yeah, it was technical issues. That's what happened. Definitely. Well, I'm back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. We got a little stuck on the last run, but I figured out what it was with getting as little spoilers for the future game as possible. And I'm happy I did, because I wouldn't have figured it out. It would not have occurred to me. That is not a thing that would have happened. So let me switch into that. Okay. I've messed around with audio a little bit to make sure these guys upload to YouTube better. Let me know if it's working. Oh, hang on. I'm not talking. Let me see if that helps. Yeah, alright, that helps. Hell yeah. Sorry, my voice that you're hearing and the microphone it's picking up to let my little model move around are two different microphones. So apparently I have to have them both on. Absolutely preposterous. Who set it up this way? They're a fool. Never mind that it's all set up on my pewter with my microphones and my headsets and my model. Yeah, whose fault could it have been? Definitely not mine. But game. I figured out what it was. So we were looking for more evidence because there were a pile of footprints around the park where the murder took place, and some of them didn't quite look like footprints, and we needed to present Miss Emma Skye our findings, or something that would explain why those footprints looked kind of weird and didn't match up with anybody. And this is because we had to check the trash can that I've already checked multiple times in other times, because clearly the trash can has something new in it today. This is a trash can where we found the mirror. That's right, Trucy, so why would I have to check it again? Ha ha ha, that's so silly. Ha 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 ha. Come to think of it, wasn't there something else in there? In here too. Oh, from the other time we checked it the day after? Something near the bottom. Look at the paint on these. That means these must have ended up here after Mr. Wright's accident. Oh yeah, Phoenix Wright got hit by a truck. Well, I guess it's a car. But he probably deserved it. I'm gonna be so for real. We also punched him in the first case as Apollo. So I'm gonna be so for real, it's probably because he deserved it. Alright, let's pick him up. We are defending Waki Kitaki right now, who is accused of having killed the doctor who ineffectively, or I guess didn't remove the bullet close to that was close to his heart. So, and Waki's being less than cooperative because he's a real gangster. He did it. Yeah, he did it. And then we're gonna go into the park and talk to Emma again. Hello, bestie. Alright, can I just present the shoes to her, or do I have to go through the whole thing again? I might have to talk to her again about the mystery print. This print is far too smooth to be from a regular shoe. If it's a shoe... Wait, hang on, I might have to examine those again. Hang on, let me see if we can examine these guys. Right, so they have paint on them because there's paint spilled everywhere when Phoenix got hit by a car at around the same time as the murder took place, and Trucy's panties were stolen. Alright, what have we got here? The bottom is covered with paint! What's the weird shape here? It looks like a leaf was stuck to the bottom when the wearer stepped in some yellow paint. So the outline was left when the leaf was removed? Ah, I got paint on my hand! Apollo. I saw you try to wave your hand on my cape. Well, Trucy, you're like 16 or 17 and wearing a cape around. I'm not saying that he's in the right, but like, you could try dressing a little less cape-y, maybe? Okay, I think that's what we needed. Nothing else that sparks our attention on these. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay. So continue next to continue Emma's story or chat. Does make you wonder, hey you. Yes? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? You wouldn't happen to have something in mind? Oh, I think this dialogue is different. Something that might have left this mystery shoe print. This mystery shoe print does remind me of something. Show evidence. We've got it this time. Pretty sure I've seen something that would leave a print like that. Now we can show her our slippers. Present. Well, I think it's these slippers, actually. Slippers? What would slippers be doing out here? But look at the bottom, see? It's covered with paint. Except for... See, right here. Hey, that spot is shaped like a leaf. Wow. I'm so glad you went away to Europe to study forensic science, Emma. I don't know how we could have done this without you. What if a leaf was stuck on the bottom and came off when the slippers stepped in paint? Makes sense, doesn't it? Wait, something's written on them. The Maractus Clinic. Oh, that's our victim, Paul Maractus. Exactly, the victim's clinic. Apollo, I was doing exposition. Wait, that means that someone from the clinic was involved? Why is she just standing there eating? Because she's hungry. Leave the woman alone, Apollo. Detective Sky? I have a favor to ask. What? Can you get us access to the Maractus Clinic? Right, because there are guards outside right now. We are not allowed in. The police won't... God damn it. Trucy, can't I do anything? They say the murder and the clinic are not connected. And it's off limits until we prove they are. I should be able to do something for you. Yeah. Really? Well, you did my work for me here with the shoe prints. Seems like I should return the favor. Thank you, Detective Sky. Here, show this to the police officer on duty. Alright, can we read those? Alright, Maractus Clinic, here comes justice. Alright. Let's take a look at whatever that item was. Allowed clinic access to the magician and the attorney in Prosecutor Gavin's name. Did she just forge Gavin's signature? I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. Oh, no, it's signed by her. She put a little heart by her name. How cute. Isn't she a little old for cute? No, you can never be too old for cute. I mean, look at me, obviously. Apollo, shame on you. Cute is eternal. Cute is timeless. Okay. Trucy gets it, actually. No matter how old a woman gets, she always carries a little innocent maiden inside of her. Really now? I suppose I've never heard it put quite that way before. When I sign my name, I always put in a little diamond. Trucy... Right. See? Cute, don't you think? It's a little confusing. Won't people think your middle name is Diamond? Hey, you could write your name like Apollo equals justice. You like justice. That's taking it a bit far. Right, nothing else. We don't actually get to examine the letter. Just its envelope. Alright, fine. Fine. I don't even need all the information. I'll be fine without it. I can figure it out all on my own. Alright, we will head back over to the clinic then, I suppose. I think we gotta run over to Eldune's house to get to there. Well, we finally triggered something new after all that time. You two again. When? Oh, when will you learn? Look at me however you want. You're not getting in here today. I wouldn't be so sure if I was you. Look what we have. What's this? Detective Sky? Yesterday was Prosecutor Gavin, today it's Detective Sky. Who are you two, really? Now he's suspicious again. Well, you got the orders, I gotta let you in. Have fun. Thanks, Mr. Officer! Let's hit it, Apollo. Let's fuck shit up. Can we just go in? Will it let us? Yep, alright. We can go in the garage before, but we couldn't get in the clinic. Alright, reception. Huh, kind of an at-home sort of place, isn't it? This place has a connection to the murder in the park. I'm sure of it. The police guy out front wasn't so sure. Beyond it being where the victim lived. Looks like the police team's gone home for the day. There might be some clues lying around. Let's get cracking, Apollo. Alright, let's check out this joint. Why are there so many bowls out? Look at all these bowls. They're from Eldune's Noodles. There's Mr. Salty. Then I think we figured something out. I think we have. Mr. Eldune must do takeout. Not what I was thinking. All the bowls have been washed clean. I think we found our first clue, Trucy. We have? Have we? Right, the clinic reception desk. No one's here, of course. There's a small sign on the counter. Please pay your bill. Remember, we're the ones holding the scalpel. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Brutal, but effective. Oh-ho! That seems interesting. Our slippers. These must be the slippers for the patients at the clinic. Same as the pair we found, of course. Look! A single pair is missing from the rack here, too. And ours have paint on the bottom, which means they were taken out of here on the night of the murder. What the fuck was that? Was that in the game? What happened? What do I have running that just exploded? What? 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 Scary. Okay, continuing. Do I have another YouTube video playing somewhere that I don't know about? Do I have like one of those, like metal pipe falling? Silence broken by only metal pipe falling? Oof. But, alright, the paint's from the hit and run after all, in which Phoenix got hit by a car, and relatively unscathed, but is for some reason still hanging in the hospital. What were a pair of clinic slippers doing in that trash can? And what were they doing at the scene of the hit and run? That was very scary. Like, literally very scary. Alright, got the door down the hall. Look! This door says doctor's office. Wow, Trucy. Are you sure college is in your future? Think this is the victim's private office? It's not locked. Too bad. Why too bad? I like opening locks. It's kind of a hobby of mine. Like those little bike locks? Don't even bother putting them on when I'm around. That's probably not a hobby you want to tell too many people about. Huh? Oh, Apollo, that sound! It came from behind the door. Someone's in there? Let's check it out, Trucy. It's a ghost. A break-in? They left through that window. Wait. Apollo, you're too late to catch him now. Apollo doesn't need to do any catching. He's a lawyer. That must be her experience as a panty snatcher chaser talking. Oh boy, that was one hell of a sentence. Well, we should tell the police. Let's check the room out first, Apollo. I mean, no. If we call the police now, we'll lose our chance. And us waiting to call the police will definitely not be seen as anyone as an obstruction of justice. You're right. She's better at this than I am. What? leaving law enforcement out of crime? Well, one thing's for certain. This clinic and our murder case are looking pretty related now. What are all the glowy things? Like, they're kind of sus, man. Oh, and back to the cheerful music. Bum, bum. What are the strange glowy things? Explain it to me. Whoa, what are those? The wall is covered with beakers. Ah! Something's moving inside that one. You look, Apollo. Hey, look yourself. You can't... Oh. It's a goldfish. Wow, they're all fish. So many kinds. Why are they, like, glowing, though? Whoever designed this had a sick sense of humor. Ooh, I worry that's not enough space for fish in these. I guess just as somebody who's had betas, they need a lot of space. Kind of an expensive looking lamp, isn't it? Ooh, that's also odd colors. Hey, the bulb's broken. Broken? Don't you mean burned out? Nope, our cat burglar must have dropped it. But why is it standing up on the floor like that then? Hey, look at the cord. There's a red splotch on part of the cord. Is there? I don't see it. You think that's blood? A little bright for blood, almost pinkish. Something's definitely odd about this lamp, that's for sure. Alright, can I check her out? I would like to check her out. I would like to check. Stain on the cord. Right, zoom. That must be what they're talking about right in this corner. Can I get any more info on it? Pretty please. Ah, yes, there we go. This cord runs to the lamp. It has a red stain on it. Okay. Gotta wonder what left that stain. Wait, I know! Maybe it was left there by a red marker. Like, they were trying to write their name and slipped. Why would anybody write their name on a lamp cord? I used to write my name on my magic ropes. Trucy? Trucy, hun. What are those magic ropes for? Right, and they said the bulb was broken. Can I get a look at that? Maybe? No? Okay. I mean, it's a pretty lamp. Oh, okay, there's something there. Okay, there we go, the bulb broken. Alright, the bulb is broken. It won't turn on. Oh? How is it broken? Don't touch that, you'll cut yourself. Ah! Yeah, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. My finger! You're bleeding! Let me see that. Wait. Magic blood! Haha, gotcha. Please don't do that again. I have enough to worry about without my co-workers injuring themselves on it. Trucy's not your co-worker. She's your boss's daughter that is wandering around with you? I don't think that counts as a co-worker. We got all the books on the floor. Books and papers are scattered around the room. Wow, what a mess. This is worse than Daddy's room. The burglar must have left in a hurry. Even the cup on the desk here is lying on its side. The juice has spilled out of the cup. It's dry. So the messy one wasn't our burglar just now. Someone knocked this cup over a while ago and just left it. Interesting. Plant. This potted plant has seen better days. Doesn't make sense either. What doesn't? Normally, burglars are looking for valuables, right? That's true. That's what I would do, if I were a burglar. So why look under a potted plant? Maybe they were looking for the key to the safe. Heard of people putting house keys under plants. The key to a safe? Then maybe the burglar was looking for the house keys. This is not getting anywhere. Alright, and then I suppose we will examine the outside. The window is ajar. That must be how our burglar escaped. I wonder who it was. Maybe it was just a burglar who happened to pick here? A clinic? Yeah, but there's a patrol car sitting out front. If I were a burglar, I'd come back the next day at least. I'd give it a month myself. Whoever broke in obviously needed to break in today. Was it Eldoon? I think it might have been Eldoon. I'm gonna be so for real here. Alright. Head back outside? Oh, Eldoon's gone. He just got his no sign. Where to next? We've got new evidence. Alright, what the ever hell was that sound? What? I'm going crazy, aren't I? Anybody else hearing this shit? Oh! From a raid. Okay, understood. Understood. That's what the scary noises were. Hi, guys! Absolutely got terrified by that. Don't think I've had that happen before. Very scary. Very scary. Alright, but I guess we're gonna run back to the Kitaki mansion, our crime lord family. Nobody out in front. Alright, can we talk to Emma again? Is there something new here? Doesn't look like it. What are we missing now? Alright, head over to the agency? Oh, damn. Alright. Trucy, you had anything new to talk about with me? Nope. Alright, can we visit Phoenix now then? So we've got new evidence. Or maybe walkie-talkie. Alright, there we go. There's our new event. Found it. Alright, visitor's room. Well, the time of the decision is upon us. Which one of our 2 jailbirds do we want to talk to? Oh no, is it Stickler too? I really don't want him to exist. I'm really done with his nonsense. Excuse me. Both detainees are currently in questioning to corroborate their accounts. Mr. Stickler and Walkie? Both of them? But I only care about one of them. I pity the questioner. Yeah, that's for real. Stickler was our certified, panty snatcher. And he's not even a cool guy to hang out before you learn that. Alright, I guess we'll be back then. Huh. I mean, I'm okay if he gets the death sentence. I'm gonna be so for real here. Alright, so not that. Where else can we head off to? Hickfield Clinic is where Phoenix was saying. Does he have something new for us? I have my doubts. Nope. So where are we headed to? So we have no Emma, no Plum Kitaki, no Walkie Kitaki, no Phoenix, and we haven't seen Alita in a little bit, Walkie's fiance. Here, actually, let me see. Can I examine the other side here again? Can I talk to the officer? The lady's trying to get over again. The park crime scene is off limits to the public, but we walk in here all the time because we're important. Alright, the police officer on guard by the gate is yawning. He noticed me staring and snapped his mouth shut. Too late, Mr. Officer. I saw you. Alright, not plot relevant. Unfortunate. Go back to the park. Is Emma there? I think we discovered that she's not. Do we have a new thing to talk to her about? No. Can I just present to her the shoes? Alright, they say the Maractus Clinic. Hey! What? The slipper. Look right here. I think I see a toe mark. Okay, there we go. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Alright, a toe mark. You think we can get a print off of that? But do you have people's toe prints, like, in your system? That's gross, man. Like, I can't imagine the police system has toe prints on file. Toes have prints just like fingers, yeah, because they have, capillary ridges, I know. But people don't tend to leave those on things, so police don't collect them. This little clue might be a gold mine. Oh, there's one problem. The police station doesn't keep record of toe prints. Okay, I'm not crazy. Thank you, Emma. So we won't know whose it is. I guess that would be too much to hope for. You're gonna have to ask somebody a little freakier than the police to keep a catalog of all the toe prints. But hey, it would be useful in this situation. No shame to the people collecting them. Just I don't know if it would help the police. Still, it might be useful somehow. Let's analyze it. Alright. Ooh, am I gonna have to... How do I... Here, do I talk to Emma again to do it? No, okay. Can I go... Oh, So, should I just, like, select the fingerprint powder? Nope, okay. Do I have to examine these? Okay, will it let me? I see the toe print they're talking about. Is it that there? And can I zoom way in and you let me do that? Oh no, I think that's just a shadow actually. I don't see anything in there. Emma, are you sure you saw this thing? I don't see it. I'm not seeing what you're seeing, Emma. How do I... Do I have to just present it to her again? Yep, got that part. Yeah. I guess that was too much to hope for. Let's analyze it. Alright, how do I analyze it? I would love to analyze it. How would I do that? Alright, should I present it to her? Fingerprinting analysis is the very basis of modern forensic science. I don't know if it's actually that modern. I'm gonna be so for real, girlfriend. And you know how to dust for prints on your own now. Make sure to examine anything you find that might have prints on it. I did examine. I examined, like, multiple times. How would I go about this? Where is this toe print you speak of? Emma, I need help! You're not helping me. Oh dear. I might just have to do a Google on how to do that. I'm not getting stuck on this. Not getting stuck on this again. Alright, so... Apollo Justice... Case 2 walk through. Right. See if that helps. And I think that this is the day 2 investigation. Can I scroll down to that? Yep, I've done all of that. Okay, we've definitely found all of those such things that I am scrolling through. We've accused Stickler of being the worst character ever. Alright, present the slippers to Emma. Okay, and then we will examine the sandals and the bowls. Got that. Wait, toe print on the sole? Why is there a toe print on the sole? The sole of the shoe? I'm not seeing what you're saying. Do they mean the bottom? I don't see it. Why would your toe print be on the sole of the shoe? Unless they just simply mean the bottom part. So I don't see the toe print they speak of. Because to me the sole is like the part of the bottom. Okay, it is there. Okay, finally. I just had to really get at a weird angle. Wonder, could this be a print? Why would there be a finger? Oh, you mean a toe print. Good call, Apollo. Bet we can analyze it just like a regular print. Why is it only on one side, too? That's strange. This could be a vital piece of evidence. I guess so. Ooh, shoot. Which button is it for? or blowing up all the... I might have to figure out what the... Hang on, I'm trying to figure out what the buttons that I press on the emulator are to activate the microphone. Because I have definitely since forgotten. Okay, none of those are right. Right, it's not under that one. Where are you? Hotkeys? Oh, okay. Found it! Alright, let's try that. Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay. So I gotta coat this in our fingerprinting powder, and then press the number 7, which I thought was the perfect idea. That I definitely would remember where I put that. Oh, because at that point I had numbers locked to 4, 5, 6, so it probably made sense then, and now I no longer have that. That's why I forgot. Alright, it worked. That looks like a big toe, maybe? So did you know that you can actually get all the same types of prints, like whorls and arches and such, on your toes? Because it has to do with how you're forming in the womb. Capillary ridges, man. Sick. And those are the only 2 parts of the human bodies that have them. Alright, I feel like the case is solved already. What's next? We have to match the print, right? Right. Let's match it. Wait. Emma just told us there's not going to be a match for our toe prints. Good point. Maybe we should ask her. Get some expert advice. What are you accusing Emma of being into? I guess so. I'm not sure she's really qualified as an expert. I mean, it's worth asking. Do they want me to just talk? Is there a new dialogue option? No. Must just have to present the foot again? Not the foot, the shoe. Let's try it. The slippers. That's quite a clear print there. A toe print. Too bad we don't know whose toe it is. Be a little weird if you did. Well, there is a way of finding out, of course. Asking everybody to see those Piggly Wigglies. There is? What? All you need is a sample of the same toe print. Off another shoe, for instance. Girl, I'd be wearing socks, though. You're never gonna get mine. Alright, so if the prints match, you know it was the same person wore both. Do I have another shoe worn by the same person? Maybe. Do I? Detective Sky, can you compare the sample with the other print? Do I have another shoe? Do I have another shoe? I don't think I have another shoe. I don't think I have what they're looking for here. Fingerprints were wiped. What else could have footprints on it? Yeah, the only thing with fingerprints on it are the blade and the gun. Okay, I guess we can try both of those, but I don't think it's that. Okay, yeah, toe print, yeah. And we've identified the prints on the other things. Oops. Try again. Scientifically this time, if you would. The most scientific thing out there is trial and error. Emma, respect my ability to try every single item. Alright, I don't think I have it. Whatever she's thinking about. Find somebody else's shoes. Where am I going to find shoes? Eldoon, can I have your shoes? This is a normal question to ask, I promise. Was there anything in the garage? We haven't gotten anything there recently. Nope. Where can I find shoes? I have shoes. Well, not me personally, I'm not wearing any right now, but I, Apollo. Anything inside the clinic? Oh, okay. There's shoes right here. I see the heels. There's a single pair of sandals in here. Wait, but why would there be sandals in here? Unless they belong to one of the patients. Or maybe it's a visitor that's come to see Dr. Maractus. Well, they're gonna have a hard time seeing him outside the morgue, Trucy. You'd think they use his house entrance instead of the clinic entrance in that case. And if this patient or visitor isn't still here, why'd they leave without putting on their shoes? Better take a closer look at these just in case. Alright, perfect. Right, now we can dust for those too. With the button 7 that I've discovered. Alright, let's check those out. Zoom. Yeah, yet again, still only on one side, and it's weirdly black. Do they look like Alita's? Yeah, I did say something like Alita was acting kind of sus the other day. Well, not her particularly, but, Waki when he thought that we were Alita. You think this is... Yeah, that could be a toe print. Maybe we can get a print off of this. Let's try it out. Alright, let's try it. Alright, close to a full one. There you go. Clean up the edges. Alright, looks good to me. Hey, it worked. That looks like a big toe, maybe? But wait, I mean, it's great that we got the prints. But is there such thing as a list of toe prints? Good point. If there is, Detective Sky didn't give it to us. Which means we can't match this print. This seems like a good time to ask a detective's advice. Which we will go do. Circling back, circling back. Right, back to People's Park, where the murder took place. Wait, no. No, I wanted... That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. We're gonna go back from the examine menu and then move. That would be smarter of me. Head to Eldune's house. Head to the the Kataki mansion. And then head to the park. We got this figured out, down to a science. Alright. I know that face. That's the face of someone who's made a discovery. Hey, how did you know? You can't fool someone trained in the ways of science. We do frequently, Emma. Particularly you. Next, she'll have us analyzing face prints. Wrong, you can't get capillary ridges to make prints on your face. Let's ask Detective Sky to help us, Apollo. Alright. Let's present this next pair of shoes, which looks suspiciously like Alita's. These sandals. That's quite a clear print there. Toe print. Too bad we don't know whose toe it is. Well, there is a way of finding out, of course. There is? What? Oh, you need... Okay, yeah, we've gotten this strand of dialogue before. We can go ahead on through that, and then compare them to the slippers. La-da-da-da-da. Which only makes sense. The person walked into the clinic, took off their shoes, and switched to a pair of slippers. This pair of slippers, toe print and all. Ooh, the toe print on these is nice and clear too. That makes our job easy. Can you analyze this for us? Of course. Hang on. And then she will say they're the same. Alright, bingo. Gosh, I'm good. We were the ones who found the prints. Be nice to Emma. She's on the clock. You're not. A perfect match. Same person wore these sandals and slippers. I was afraid of that. All you have to do is find out who these sandals belong to. Or, do you already know? I can't say, not yet. They're Alita's. Nobody else is wearing a blue dress that'll go with blue heels. Alright, well that's one big step closer. To the truth. To justice. Apollo justice. Okay. I assume that since we've done that, we've now unlocked something somewhere. Hopefully that means maybe Waki's out of questioning and we can talk to him. That is my guess. I can't imagine something else appearing somewhere else. Nope? Okay. Not the detention center. Maybe Eldoon is back. Ooh, or maybe Plum? Go to the mansion, see if she's there. I don't see her there. Let's try Eldoon's place. Inside the clinic? Nope, nothing new here. We can run back to the office, but I don't think we'll find anything. Can we look at the safe? What a cute little safe. I don't know if that's really what you'd call cute. Looks like a 4-digit lock. Okay, this seems significant. Someone's already entered in 2 numbers, Apollo. 7, 9. Wait, do you think the burglar just now is trying to open it? I wonder what's inside the safe. Well, is there any way we can figure out what the last 2 numbers? Well, we know the first 2 are 7 and 9. I mean, we really don't. Maybe there's something in the court record? Something that can help us figure out the last 2 numbers? Well, let's take a look. Alright. Does the phone have anything on it? Like, is a phone number? Something with numbers. 79. Did we have any info? Alright, the lamp isn't gonna have it. Okay, we should check the reports. 79. That doesn't appear anywhere. I guess 79 doesn't make sense for a date. Alright. 79. I don't know where we could find. I don't think we have the info yet. Yeah, I don't think so. That would be a bit too lucky, don't you think? Well, I suppose. If only there was something that could finger which button this had been pressed. Something that could... Wait, we can do that! We can do that. We can fingerprint the bad boy. We can dust it for fingerprints. I don't like referring to it as fingering the buttons, but that works. Alright, we've got this. Don't know which order the other buttons are in, but we'll figure it out. Yes, we've got it. We don't know what the digits are, but we can find out. All we have to know is what buttons have been pressed. We can use this to find out what the next 2 numbers are. Hell yeah. When you press the buttons, you'd have to touch them. With your finger, right? It would leave a print. When you open a safe, you don't press any other buttons but the right ones, right? The correct ones. So if we can find the buttons with the fingerprints, we'll have the safe code. Just like in National Treasure, when they figure out the password is a Valley Forge. By wiping the computer keys. Not bad, Apollo. Because Nick Cage knows what's up. Alright, we got it. Alright, that gives us our answer. Alright, you can see the oily finger residues clearly. Look at the 7 and 9. These are glove marks. The burglar must have been wearing gloves, or like just pressing with a part of their finger that doesn't leave a good print. You don't always get a good print. Well, we might not be able to identify the burglar, but we can open the safe. Let's give it a go. Alright, 7, 9, and then, I guess, let's try 652. Otherwise, it's 25. Alright. Works for me. It opened! Oh, little kitty kitty! Alright, I assume they want us to look at the documents, though. This looks like a bullet hole. That's what that is. Huh. You can still see the bullet sticking out of it. Why is it in the middle of the safe? Hey, the bullet came out. The tip is all squished. Yeah, that's what happens when you fire at something with from a high speed. Alright, not surprising given that it was fired into a metal safe. With the door open? That's odd. This bullet's got a story behind it, that's for sure. Alright, interesting. Alright, and let's take a look at the documents then. This looks like a medical chart. There's an x-ray in here with it. An x-ray? Can't make heads or tails of it. I probably could. Can't read the chart either. It's all in medical speak. I probably could. Just give it to me, Apollo. But the names are easy enough to read. Look, by patient it says Walkie-Talkie. So this is Walkie, our client's chart, huh? Why would this one chart be here in the safe? Wait, that's probably why they told us Eldoon was a doctor, so we can get him to tell us, to read these for us. Let's see the physician's signature. That's actually the part I probably couldn't read. A physician's signature. Those are just squiggles. It says Pulmonaractus. What is it, Apollo? Look here where it says who filed the chart. Let's see. Nurse Alida Tiala. Alida T. Oh, I think I misspelled that. Alida Tialida. Walkie's fiance. That's one Ida too many, Apollo. Never mind that. What's her name doing here? How should I know? Though, I guess it means she's on staff at this clinic. Odd that she neglected to mention that before now. I'm sure she had her reasons. So, Alida Tiala worked at the Maractus clinic. And she had access to Walkie-Talkie's medical chart. Got the I and the Y wrong, Apollo. I'd be very interested to find out what this chart says. Who could help us decipher this? Alright, give it to me, I got it. I can decipher it. I don't need to ask Eldoon for help, because I can do it. Bullet lodged near heart? You can't read that? You need a doctor's help to read the words bullet lodged near heart? You might have stupid, Apollo. Alright. Fine. Alright, we'll head on back out, and then I guess talk to Eldoon. Alright. You better be back here. No? Where is that fool at? Huh. Alright, well maybe I'm not meant to get that info this second, and I'm actually supposed to go to the detention center? Because we haven't talked to our client in a considerable amount of time. There we go, okay. Alright, visitor's room, we got this. I'm not reading that, Walkie. I'm sorry, man, I'm not doing that for you. Oh, you again? Do you always have to announce your entrances like that? Well, I'm sure he was waiting for Alida. Man, my old man, man. Now I'm all in a funk. And it's his fault. One can only assume his father tried to teach him a lesson. And failed. You two got your work cut out for you, straight up. Of course I don't care if they lock me up. I'm ready to go. Some days I wonder why I do what I do. Alright. What can you tell us, bud? Hey man, you won't see me bugging about one or two guilty charges. But what if you're found guilty of murder? Thank you for being reasonable, Trucy. Hey, it's all experience. You feel me, shorty? Like a badge of honor. They don't give the death penalty, do they? You didn't really do it, did you? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I've learned one thing today. It's that the silence speaks louder than words. Alright, what have you got to say about your dad? Man, my old man is whack. Disappointing, that's what he is. I heard he wants to leave the mob. Over my dead body? Boy, that'll be arranged. I spent my life trying to keep it real, being an OG, and never stepping down. Now my old man wants to go soft? Fine, let him. Just leave me out of it. The day I get out of the clink, that's the day Alida and I start the next generation of the Kitaki family. Do you mean you're gonna start doing crime again? Or you're going to start creating the next generation? I think that's a little vague as to which one you mean. Please don't talk as though it's assumed you're going to jail. For my sake. Alright. I guess we're gonna start presenting stuff to him. He will probably be able to recognize these shoes. Walkie, you don't happen to recognize these, do you? Hey, sure I do. I was the one who bought them for her. For Miss Tiala. Yeah, birthday present. She's got mad little feet. Mad! So cute, man. So these sandals are hers. Yeah, I kinda had a feeling. What's up with the funky vibes? Sandals updated in the court record. Alright. Okay. Lamp? That is so far off the hook. It's off the chain, G. Alright. Absolutely not helpful. Wonder how my elite is doing. Man, I miss her. Right. Maybe you can tell us something. This bullet? Nope, he's got nothing for us. No problem. Alright, maybe you can tell us something about your own medical records. Huh? What's that? Some kind of x-ray? Wait. That's right. That's right, Walkie. It's yours. Hey, look. I don't smoke or nothing. I'll live long, right? I don't think he gets it, Apollo. Take a closer look. Here in particular. Where it says nurse. It's signed Alita Tiala. Huh. You lawyers do your homework. Actually, we did our breaking and entering. So you met Miss Tiala when you... Yeah, I met her at the clinic, so... Could you tell us a bit about the circumstances of your meeting? Fine, fine. I'll tell you how we met if you want to know that bad. Right, will that be in your dialogue now? Excellent. About half a year ago, I was shot during a little turf war with another family. You're marrying this girl and it's been less than half a year? I was ready to die, sure. But they came in and got me, hauled me off to the docks. The Maractus Clinic. That's where I met her. My fallen angel. You mean Alita? She was scared of me at first, turns out. But you know what they say. The bad guy always gets the ladies. Right. She was done with that clinic anyhow. So I was like, I'll take you on, woman. Straight gangsta style. Guess what she said? What did she say? Come on, give it some thought. She said it real quiet like. On the down low, you know what I'm saying? I'll leave. If you marry me. So, that was the proposal? You know it, an oath of love, right there in the hospital room. Is that something about how you can't testify against your spouse? That's what I'm betting it was. Just like that, the op was done and we were out of there. See you later, goodbye. About that op. Yeah, didn't go so well after all, did it? I know about the report. I know it's still in me. So he's aware the bullet's still causing issues. This health checkup was the boss's idea, you said. Yeah, can you imagine? What's the point of living healthy when you're a G? Know what I'm saying? But didn't you learn about the bullet at that checkup? Yeah, that's when I knew that doctor had to pay. Figured I could get that cap pulled after I got my revenge. And hey, I'm still living large now, aren't I? No, you're not. Incidentally, had you ever had a health checkup before? No, my old man suddenly gets the idea that we all gotta get checkups. Guess he's getting old. Older, I mean. Interesting. Anything else I should present to him? The only new stuff is down here, I guess. So I think that's all we really have from him right now. Alright. Maybe Eldune's back now? Alright, sick. Alright, Eldune's house. Mr. Eldune, we've been looking all over for you. What's the matter, Trucy doll? Apollo, show him what we found. Nothing like an expert advice. I suppose he is a doctor still. This man is trying to shovel salt down our throats. I don't know if he still qualifies as a doctor. Mr. Eldoon, is everything okay? I'm just so happy. I just thought my doctor days were going for good. Mr. Eldoon. I really think they should be. I'm gonna be so for real with you right here. Mr. Eldoon, could you take a look at this? Huh? A medical chart. Hey, you shouldn't go around taking these from clinics. Why the sudden silence, Mr. Eldoon? Huh? What's going on here? That's what we would like to know. The chart belongs to my client. He's on trial on suspicion of murder. Murder. On suspicion of murder. On trial? That's crazy. You can't put him on trial. He's ABD. About to die? ABD? All but dead. He's knocking on the pearly gates and someone's about to answer. Can you tell us why? That was a wig? Well, permit me to speak as a surgeon. You listen up good now, son. No way. It's like he's a completely different person. I'm taken back as well, Apollo. Like, I've seen, like, fan art of this guy, and I've never seen this. Waki's chart. Well, according to this chart, this Waki Kitaki feller's not doing so well. He's got a bullet right up inside his heart. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but this chart talks about the post-op. In other words, the operation's already finished. But you could still see the bullet stuck in there. Why would it still be in there after the operation to remove it? Well, about the only reason I can think of is it was too tricky to operate on. What? The bullet slung as a bug in there next to the aorta, which is connected to the heart. Heck, that scrap of metal's just surrounded by blood vessels. Kind of a miracle. 2 millimeters to either side and there'd be some serious bleeding going on in there. Not something your average doc be eager to fiddle with. You mean... It took a miracle to get that bullet stuck where it is. It'd take more than a miracle to take it out. It'd take a magician. I'm only up to making rabbits disappear. I haven't learned bullets yet. Yeah, Trissy, don't go near that girl. Of course, with the heart pumping and the lungs working, that bullet's on the move. I'd give him another half a year tops. But Waki's operation was already half a year ago. That's why I'm saying you're out of time. The kid shouldn't be up on trial. He should be on an operating table. Great, just great. Alright. How could Dr. Maractus do such a terrible thing? How could he just leave that bullet in there? I got a pretty good idea of how he felt. An emergency operation. He's got the kid's chest open on the table. Then he finds that bullet. That's despair right there, Trucy doll. Cold despair. Despair? Well, the only thing he could do is sew the boy back up. He wasn't exactly in the situation to go admitting he couldn't take it out. The Kitakis. You bet. That kid's their only son, I hear. So he skips the operation, and Waki's back on the street living his life. Of course, it's only a matter of time before his heart hemorrhages and he drops cold. How awful. And which doctor would they take him to? Maractus. He's got enough ties to them. He could probably cover up the truth of what happened. That's just horrible. He left Waki to die. There's a darkness in this world, Trucy doll. Waiting. Hungry. Compared to it, these gangs' turf wars are like kid games. When you're up against real evil, well, it don't matter if you're weak or strong. It'll take you all the same. You were a surgeon, right, Mr. Eldoon? You could operate on Waki, couldn't you? Don't let that man anywhere near that child. I wish. What? I'm afraid there ain't nobody in the country that could. Maybe not even in the world. So Waki, he's real lucky to be alive even now. No. There's only one problem. Apollo. This chart. Look at the nurse section. Alita Tiala. That's right. This operation was how they met. Yeah, the problem is, she knew. She knew about Waki's condition. Guaranteed. Huh. Why didn't she ever tell him? Okay, maybe she just wanted the money, not, didn't necessarily need to be protected by law by not being able to, like, perjure each other? Not perjure each other, testify against each other. That's the words I'm looking for. Get some soda in me, get some caffeine. Doesn't make sense. If she knew her patient was in serious danger, you'd think she'd want to get that second operation before getting engaged. What was she thinking, Apollo? What were you thinking, Alita Tiala? Oh, she was thinking money, 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 money. Alright. Yeah, we would like to see how long have we been going for? Let me check that. Just over an hour. Yeah, we will do the court case too then. Alright. The court cases are harder to get stuck on. Alright. This is it. The big day. You get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 or so. Oh. What time did you wake up? 3 or so. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. Oh, yay, Mr. Hat is back. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Phoenix! He's back! Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow, that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun. Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope. Guess again. That's too bad, you know. Speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days. Girlfriend, that's a big ask. It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Edgeworth's away. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita Tiala, your client's fiancé. She can't testify against him. She's going to be a witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiancé? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today. That much is clear. Alright, well, not to worry. I've got my... Yeah, sure. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there. Okay, Trucy. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're helping. I appreciate the effort. Alright, 10 a.m., courtroom number... Why were we up since 3, Apollo? That's... I guess he had to bike all the way here. I mean, honestly, I've had to park at courthouses before. He and Phoenix might be onto something with the bike riding thing. Whew. Court is now in session for the trial of Waki Kataki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up, and it's a sold-out house. Wow. I mean, I want you to be cool. I really want you to be cool, and it's... You're not doing me any favors right now. Javier, please. Very well, to recap. Well, yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party. Guilty of panty snatching? We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct her, Judge. And today, I'd like to do something a little... a little new age. I can read words. Words are good. English is my first language. Alright, I'd like to look at this horrible crime. From the outside. The outside. The acquisition of the murder weapon. The preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed? His fiancée, her judge. His partner for life, with no chance of parole. Very well. You may show our lucky lady to the stand. Oh, her dress wasn't blue, it was yellow. Okay. Your name and occupation, Fraulein. Alida Tiala. My occupation? His future wife. I think I hate that. Ah, traditional values. I respect that. Why? Why? Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. I only know one person who can do that, and trust me, don't want to marry her. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution. To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty, another admirable trait. Fraulein, is it true that, on the day of the crime, the defendant, Waki Kitaki, confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Alright, so is she lying for the money? Alright, Waki's plan. It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family, then. Yes, with regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it fired from the pistol that the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like this? Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired him, called rifling marks. Rifling? Rifling, yeah. Rifling marks. Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Alright. Okay. I guess we just press her on everything, try to figure this out. That was the day of the murder, correct? Yeah. Everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. When Waki looked at his face was so pale. But of course, he had just found out that he had a bullet in his chest. So, you were there at the time. Yes. Poor Waki. Alright, that didn't give us much info. Alright, that must have been, quite frightening. He was furious. He ripped his report up to shreds. Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. A bothersome chore, but one I performed without complaint. What are you doing right now if not complaining? Waki's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute. Huh. You and I value different things. Great, now he sounds like a psychopath. I'll teach him, he said. So, is it easy to take a pistol out from the house? Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. But Waki's a special case, being the next in line. Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah? Well, maybe he is a bit spoiled. I hear you got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year was a switchblade out of chewing gum and a chocolate gravestone? I don't know what a chocolate gravestone is. Sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger. The point here being that Waki had access to a pistol. Alright, and you already know what happened that night. What happened? Meaning the murder. I tried to stop him, I really did, but Waki wouldn't listen. Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seemed. The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss. I don't know, I feel like we should be blaming her. I'm gonna be... I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. How can you say that for certain? How? Her forehead. You refrained from badgering the Fraulein. It was the defendant, or Waki was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. So how could anyone else have used the pistol to shoot the victim? They could not have. Simple logic, yeah? That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Someone else have used that pistol. Alright, let's try this line. Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol. What's this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. Alright, we have the other members of the family. Plum. Maybe Alita herself. Okay. I guess we could try his dad, yeah. What's this? The boss and his wife? Okay, that was the right answer. So, 2 other people. An unexpected ploy. Apollo, that can't be right. Why would they want to frame their only son? Oh. On his parents' behalf, I'd like to give you a penalty. Okay. So that wasn't the correct one. Poor Miss Ciala. I can't imagine what it must be to be like in her position. I'm a little bit more concerned for her fiancé. Why would she testify against him like this? Okay. Who else had... Are we gonna accuse her then instead? Oh wait, sorry, skip past it. That's on me. Alright, yeah, I assume the assumption is we're going to accuse her, because she also seems to be living with them. Okay. Let's try to press that again and see if we get anywhere. Alright. Because we have Waki's fingerprints on the knife, but we don't have his on the pistol. Alright, let's try her, and if not, I don't think it could be anything else. Alright, let's call it. Well, of course, I mean, you, Miss Ciala. Alright, that seems right. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf. I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I don't know, I'm fathoming it. Alright, I'm all for romance and supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder. Then you ain't a real G. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'd hope you do more than hesitate. Yeah, I'd hope you go through with it. I mean, you're old. What else do you... Your life is nearing its end, Judge. Go out with a bang. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. we might find out that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connections are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim, and that's gonna be our report with her name on it. That looks like a medical chart. Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw this court's attention to the names written on the chart. Miss Tiala, whatever. Why is your name on this chart? Sweatin' bullets. Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Our warm little fiancé just froze over. I was on the staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that? Thought her stuff was blue, now it's looking very green. Like her accents on her dress. Maybe not. Yeah, because her bracelet's still blue. Alright. Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim. And I don't. Now. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess. You're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right? That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love, past flaws and... There's no connection now. Doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly. She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Katakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true. But you remained connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic. Do we have that? Ugh. Oh, right, we found her shoes there. These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Florine, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Waki back on the straight and narrow. This court thinks you need to worry less about Waki and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a little bit more about your story. Your sandals were found at the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point denying it. Very well, the witness will tell us about the visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day? Alright. I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year, since I quit in January. I went to warn him, after all. I knew Waki had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. By mistake, you mean? The mistake we heard about from the defendant. The botched operation. He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there's still one thing which does not. And what is that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left in the lobby, of course. Damn, Clavier's doing all our work for us. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. I would have worn those sandals home too. So why were the sandals left behind? He pointed out the contradiction before me. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake. Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it's nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation. Yeah? Forehead? Oh, no fair. He's filling the holes in her testimony before I get to them. Damn, he's filling in all her holes. Continuing. Alright, the defense may begin the cross-examination, but we're gonna say no because we have her prints on different shoes. Alright. He had the pistol. Alright. Okay. Will she say anything about the shoes? Okay. So we're gonna have to press it to get her to remedy the statement about the shoes. Because she doesn't have anything yet. Around what time did you go to the clinic? Oh, I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think. And that was the first time you had contacted Dr. Maractus in half a year. Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with. So why did you go to the clinic that day? Is there any type of boss you make friends with? I don't have that experience. Alright, did you want Dr. Maractus to run away? Well, after I failed to stop Waki, I thought that was the only way to avoid the problem. Couldn't you have called? Why go in person? I called several times that evening, but no one was in. The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by this side mirror yesterday, yeah? I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. Knowing the doctor. Alright, that hasn't added anything to the testimony. Let's see it. You mean the act of malpractice on Waki, correct? If he had just told Waki the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened. True, that operation was the start of this whole affair. Oh, of course. If he'd told him, he might have been erased by the Kitakis much earlier. A disturbing thought. We know that the Maractus Clinic had ties to the Kitaki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police, even if he wanted to. That's why I had to warn him. Alright. No dark secrets, huh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. She's hiding something, I know it. I must have okay, there we go, that's... Alright. Nope, that doesn't allow me to present him. Okay. Didn't let me present anything there. But then you'd be betraying Waki, wouldn't you? No, I did it for him. For us. She went to warn him, so that her fiancé would not have to commit such a crime, yeah? I didn't want them to take my Waki away. There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him. Do you know why she went, Apollo? Okay. Okay, so we couldn't get her to add anything. Alright. Okay. Waki had the pistol, okay. We can't disprove that. Okay. Try the shoes here. Nope, I don't think that was it. Yep. Music didn't stop. Alright, we'll figure it out, though. Dark secrets. Alright, like, obviously it's the shoes, because they're the slippers, that's sus. Nope, not that either. Ooh, I'm struggling here. Ugh. Come on, why would she switch to the slippers? Okay. What do I have in my court record? Right. What else? What else? No other reason. Okay. Broken bulb and a red stain on the cord. Don't get it, I don't get it. Squished from the impact. Did I ever get to check this? Okay. Oh, it's all mushed. Alright. Like an ice cream. Caramel. Certainly have an active imagination. Alright, that didn't give us a lot of info. We have like a serial number still visible? Yeah, let's see here. Nope. Same dialogue. Surely this can give us more info, though. No, no sort of visible serial number. Come on. Can prove this gun was fired. Nope, same dialogue. Ugh. What else could she be going to the clinic for? What else is she going to the clinic for? Wasn't the phone, because that's Wesley's, we discovered. Like, I think she was trying to get in the safe. Anything else? The lamp? No, I don't think so. In the bottom? Nope, doubt it. Did they use Edison cords like this in Japan too, or did they reanimate it totally for American audience? Cool either way. Nope, I can't even click on anything. Ugh. First time since you quit in January. Okay, I don't have any reason to doubt that. I went to warn him. Okay. There's nothing I can really present to that one. Tell him to be careful as an old friend. I don't know if you guys were friends. I'm gonna be so for real. I'm stuck on this one and I don't want to sit here stuck the whole time. Let me see here. I should still have the thing pulled up if I go towards the case. Alright, trial, day 2 trial, okay. Alright, sandals. Okay, so it just wants Walkie's chart? Okay. Okay, I'm not quite seeing the connection other than she knew that he was dying. Alright, this chart was found inside the safe at the doctor's office. Yeah. Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Okay, so it wasn't clear to the court yet that she knew that he was really hurt. Okay, I see. Oh, I can use the... Can I? I didn't see it. Normally it, like, lights up when you can use it. When the bracelet lights up. Alright, Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad doctor. How do we know he's pronouncing doctor with a K? It sounds the same. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Waki's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? She's got blue shoes back on right now. Alright, you're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. How much older than Waki is she? I want to check that. We know Waki's 19. 21. Okay, because I'm like, how'd you get through nursing school so fast if you're only 19? But she's got a couple years on him. Still a novice nurse, though. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents. This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly. Too bad, little attorney. Okay, there we go. Now's our bracelet moment. My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet vibrate just now. Apollo, I think that bracelet might have been sold for purposes other than just being a bracelet. I'm sorry, bud, but it might have been sold in the like next to the lube. Just saying. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday, like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habits give them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Then what's my bracelet reacting to? You probably pressed the button on the side of it, bud. Wait, maybe. Yes, it has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. But we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses. What, why would I use anything but my eyes? Would the, scent in the courtroom change? Did she let out a little fart right before she lies? Alright, I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. Why would I go to the clinic for a now half-year-old chart? I wanted to tell him to be careful as an old friend. Okay. So she just put in that one amendment. Okay, I see. Okay. There always was a timid man. Why would I go for the clinic for now half-year-old chart? But your signature was on the chart. So, what does that have to do with the case? If there was something in that chart to make me look bad, I would have dealt with it. The only one responsible for that chart is the presiding doctor. In this case, Dr. Maractus. I just have to focus to find her nervous habit. Okay, yeah. Okay. Is it actually her first time since January? I didn't see anything. Okay, I think she genuinely hasn't been to the clinic. Okay, that's fine. Alright, nothing there. Alright, gotta look really closely. I'm gonna get so close to the screen. Milwaukee had the pistol. Not seeing any animation differences. I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Is it her picking up the flower? That's my only bet. Oh wait, I meant to perceive it, not that. Okay, sorry. Yada yada. Okay. So that one. So I'm gonna see if she specifically picks up the flower at a different spot. Or I guess like a clover. I don't see something that changes, though. Alright, I'm figuring it out. Thinking real hard here. This is the new statement, so that's my best guess. God. Why did I go to the clinic now? Is that it? You're unsure about something, aren't you? Was that actually it? Not as unsure as you are. Oh, no. God. It's gotta be the statement that she just added, though, right? No, I really think it is. Why would I... Oh wait, I can move around on here, right? Well, she's moving that. Okay. I was looking at the above picture. Okay, I need to be looking for a tiny movement in the below picture. Okay. Wait, that wasn't it? Gotta be that. She's still moving her... No, she's not moving it now. Now she's doing it. Alright, yeah, okay. I'm like, perfectly centered on... Okay, we agree that that's... Didn't I do that last time? Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But, you know why you would go now, don't you? Because he had about 6 months to live. I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure, I saw it. How? That's the key word. Okay, I needed it on a specific word? That's some bullshit. Alright. The chart wasn't part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed? Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. Oh, he's implying that the checkup, because Waki actually figured out the bullet was still there. I got her on the ropes now, I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow. With evidence! Alright, Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. The checkup. No, not the autopsy report. The checkup. That one. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis were trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Huh? Nothing. Why should I think of anything? Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew that Waki's chest x-ray... You knew what Waki's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free, when the chart came back to haunt you. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Oh? Perception. That's all, Your Honor. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So, the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. But her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Kakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it. She's still got something else. She won't just roll over, right? Alright. Order. Order. I did it. I broke her testimony. I'm so great. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Oh boy. Wait. Miss Tiala? It's true that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Waki and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us. This is clear yet. It is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Your Honor, can we take a recess? Alright, still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all. Okay. Alright, and the bracelet is no longer lit up. We can't perceive anymore. Alright, how did Dr. Maractus respond to the warning? Oh, he was quite surprised. Panicky, even. Who wouldn't be scared to learn a Kitaki was after them? Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. Okay, bud. Why, we just had a life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom. Huh, real impressive the way you stood up to the attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. Oh, that attack, yes. After which I carried you back to your chambers. Sounds like the judge had quite a fright. Nothing happened in Dr. Maractus' office that day, huh? But what about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo. I know. But we can't prove when it happened. Nor that Alita Tiala was in any way involved. Well, let's try putting some evidence up anyway. There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him. Alright. Did go to the clinic that day. Alright, so what is the new... And then left. So why the hell did you switch shoes? No? God damn. But she switched her shoes! Why would she switch her shoes? She did something other than warn him. She switched her goddamn shoes. Alright. What happened? We have bullets. We have the lamp that's broken. We can't prove any of that happened to that day, though, right? It was a bullet? Yeah, sure. Frickin' sure. You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually. Rude. My hair is very pointy and not squished up at all. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala. Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? Guess the police didn't check that far. But there is a problem. How can you say the bullet was fired on that day? That was my question. Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? This pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, not bad. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. Why couldn't we have gotten Emma to do that? Would have been helpful. Alright, 30 minutes later, a report arrives. Alright, so I guess we did get a little bit of a recess. Rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Interesting, interesting. Alright, well. It seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in the office on that day, and at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in the position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Order, order, order. Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Wakitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him, and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What? That reminds me. Apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will. Marius. So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on the fortune? Atta bud. You keep talking trash about my Alita. And I'll sue you, lawyer man. Oh, me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita. What? I think you mean accuse. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot the doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in the park. Waki, just cool down to say, keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll. Miss Tiala? I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something funny? Waki, wake up and smell reality. Alita, baby? The signature on the chart. The engagement. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Alita? Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fraulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway. So the family fortune is what you're really after. That's right, I wanted the money. No way! That's whack! I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me? Accuse. Of what crime, might I ask? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into that safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... what are you talking about? Trucy? You had the most to lose if that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? Well, you could have taken walkies. You'd think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I've heard him say is, "It was me, I shot him." It's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude on this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. Well, what point? Certainly the Fraulein wanted that chart. You assumed she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then... wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh, yeah. You see? That chart wouldn't have been left in the safe. Ugh. He's right. Miss Tiala. Yes. It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. Oh, I'm flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth? Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime. Yeah. Alright, what's different this time? Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole a pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. How would she know that he was shot in the temple? The chart was dangerous, you understand. I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. Ah, that was you. Apollo, that sound! It came from behind the door. Someone's in there. Break-in, they left through the window. So you were the burglar. Oh, was you two? Only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened the safe and gotten the chart. That's trespassing! And brazen at that. Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know. In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one. Alright. I think we've got this. Speak to the doctor. I believe that to be absolutely true. Okay. Later. When I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day. So I waited until the day after. The 16th, was it? Of course, you and that meddling kid had to get in my way. Why did Dr. Maractus keep that chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. He could have burned it. Because he's a coward. The chart was his insurance. Insurance? My signature on that chart, to be more specific. That made sure I couldn't betray him. Okay, I agree that we don't have proof that she stole the pistol. The pistol, not the crystal. But you could've. Could've. Is this some new definition of proof? Well, ask Kawaki, he'll tell us. No, he won't! Might I remind you that this is a cross-examination? You might want to keep your baseless theories to yourself. He's right. And that brat was spotted in the... I agree. Interesting that she knows that. The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? If the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. Yeah, we heard that testimony yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. But I believe there was a fourth person in the park. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look, and was shot. But that testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness his crime, but he was standing to the north. Next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet couldn't have hit his right temple. Silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Do you remember, Drusy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, then there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken. But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. Then why don't you show us her forehead? Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. If the witness... I'm glad we've begun referring to Stickler as his panties guy. Was standing to the north. Then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim? If it was the right temple and he turned to look at the witness, then it would have been somebody right in the cart, right? But wait, and if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple? Ahaha! I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. He's so mean. If you can, that is. Maki Kitaki was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler at the witness mark. And of course, Paul Maracus was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. So Alita was in the cart. She pulled the trigger. Someplace else entirely. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely separate location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place. Apparently, Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where... Okay, let me, make a save before I, look this up. Right, let me just, save. No, not that one. Save state. There we go. And that's save state 3 if I ask, okay? We got that? Sick. Alright. It's time to raise the roof. And the stakes? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Is he doubling the penalty? I can't see it because I'm already on my last life. Like so. Double penalty? Our forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. It literally doesn't matter. Oopsie daisy. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Alright, are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. We believe that. Dang, I should have made my save state later. I thought I was about to make the decision. And we know where he stood. And the victim turned when he shouted. Okay, yeah. There's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. In the cart. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude. Miss Alita Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Except for all the times he lied. And stole women's panties. Alright, Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted, just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. And a shot was fired. The victim was hit in his right temple. Oh no? Oh yes, Kool-Aid Man style. Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right. Toward the noodle stand. Oh, I wonder if we examine the noodle stand, will we get a bullet hole? The killer was inside the noodle stand? Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'd think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the goddamn noodle stand in the first place? Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about the possibilities. Let's talk about the proof, baby. Show us the evidence that proves someone was in the stand. Can I prove that? Hang on, can I look at the stand? Is there a bullet hole? Can I look for that? Check it out. Zoom way in. No, I don't have anything of that nature. I was hoping it'd be as simple as that. Somebody was in that stand. What else is there to examine? Huh. What? Just don't... Oh, do we have the footprints? Because we know multiple people had footprints. I've got it. I've got it right here. Alright, I hope your confidence isn't unfounded. Alright, intriguing. Let's see what we've got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. What the hell? How do we know somebody was hiding in the noodle stand? Let me just, like, redo that save state. You know. Oof. Somebody was... Did we just present the noodle stand? No, I don't think that was it. Thoughts, Prosecutor Gavin? We have a choice between heaven or hell. Either our brains are damaged or her forensics. Alright, I wonder which it is. You have to be nice to me because I do have brain damage. Like, you literally have to be nice. Right, load state 3. Try that. Alright, somebody was in the cart. Why was somebody in the cart? Have we ever presented the bowl? Right. Not helpful. How do we prove somebody was in the cart? Oh, maybe it's because we saw the shoe prints of this one leading away from it. Maybe it's that. Okay, sick. Okay, we figured it out. That required me to do several, like, jumps in logic, but we got there. Alright. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene, right next to the noodle stand. Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. In other words, this is proof that you were inside that noodle stand. Or suspiciously right next to it. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith? Observe the diagram. Oh, yet again we're observing the diagram, baby. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on the cobblestone path. Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? It wouldn't be heavy enough to leave the imprint then, right? That's dumb! One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle-making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there, but all the noodle shit was inside the clinic. You have a point. Could someone have hidden in the stand? Apollo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room for the stand, some things would have to be. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear the space in the stand. Oh wait, because the bowls aren't there. Okay. This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Eldoon's noodle stand. Ooh, mouthful. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday. In the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic. Mr. Eldoon was very clear about those bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without the stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside the noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! Boom, 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 boom. Vine boom, vine boom, vine boom. I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. You gotta be nice to him. You gotta at least pretend to be nice to him. He's probably gonna get, like, the death sentence after this. You said I'm a shit lawyer. I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent. Show me an innocent. I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has, somehow, made its point. The witness has both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus. More fairy tales. The whole trial is a fairy tale. Then please pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. I was Dr. Maractus pulling the stand that night. And what was Alita Tiala doing inside of it? Well, killing him. We figured that part out. She was killing him with a gun. Time to get to the bottom. Alright. That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting the chart fall into the Kitaki family's hands. But Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kitakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. I'm not really convinced of that. I'm gonna be so honest. You knew about the botched operation. So you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. Yeah, we've been over that. I won't make excuses. I will take a sip of Diet Mountain Dew. These games really are guilty until someone else is... Well, yeah, I mean, innocent until proven guilty is... It's being adopted by a lot of places, but it's not inherent. I know I'm pretty sure I read that the French system is still guilty and still proven innocent. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. Yeah, there's definitely been cases in the other games where you've objectively proven that your defendant couldn't have done it. But then if you somehow mess up and lose your lives, they still go to jail and die. Even though we've proven they couldn't do it, we just didn't find somebody else who could have. Not quite sure if it works like that. But I think it might have something to do with the fact that it's a Vibi game. You know, the Vibi games that you play on your computer? Or in this case, your Nintendo DS. I told him that the brat got his health checkup report. And that he was coming to settle the score. I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Alright, thank you for alerting me of that, Apollo. Alright, either I perceive the truth or it's over. Alright, so this is another play with the bracelet thing. Let me get close in on here. That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. Alright. Can I look at her thingies? Dr. Maractus. Oh my god, this is going slow. So slow. Alright, let's skip through it a little bit. Alright, I don't think that one was it. Alright, there's no reason to question that. All I did was talk to him. Was that the last statement? Okay, it was. Okay. Okay. Or does she want the... Okay, I didn't see it there. I have no reason to think that this could ever be it. But I guess we gotta check it to be thorough. Yeah, it can't even happen here because the ring isn't there. Yeah, she's not even in the right position to be playing with her ring. I don't know how she could do it. I got nothing. Alright. Alright. Alright, this one maybe she could be playing with it? We don't see her ring hand on this. Maybe she's intentionally hiding the fact that she's playing the ring because we said something last time? No, I think I was too short to do anything. Alright, let's try it here then. Hella thorough. You thought the Kataki sent me. Alright, I don't see anything there. And I don't see how it could be this one. Is it a different tell? And last time she can have multiple? Went home. Well, you know the went home was a lie, so I guess we just gotta keep looking here. Okay, I see it. She's twitching there. She's pulling at her thing. Okay, we got it. A lot of trial and error there. All I did was talk. And lie. What? Show me the proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in confidence, and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? This is working better than I hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Like, I get, like, all these, like, detective noir, like, that kind of game, but, like, I feel like people try to apply this in real life. Like, oh, he blinked, or he scratched his face. This means he's secretly hiding. I'm like, you sure it's that deep? Like, nothing can be applied to everyone like that. And people are gonna be nervous on the stand being questioned in court. No matter what. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth. It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in their Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. You shot him? It's either the knife or the... Yeah, it's gotta be the bullet. Not the knife, the lamp, the broken lamp. But I think it's probably the bullet. Oh, damn. Uh-oh. 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 How far back is this gonna put me? The defendant will surrender. From chapter start? How far back is that? Okay, we might just do a little bit of okay. So always proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. Which one was that? Was that this one? Okay, we can tunnel through it now. Unfortunate. Apologies there. Blah blah blah. Clicky clicky clicky. Alright, toe prints. Alright, perfect. Alright. Yep. And we were gonna argue over the logistics of what a footprint is. Not super helpful. Gonna be so for real right now, Clav. Wow! Apollo, you're so talented. I wouldn't have thought of that. Let's just move on with the case without arguing. That would be a really good thing for you to say right now, Clavier. Alright, yada yada, and then I'm gonna present the bowl. I'm gonna present the bowl. Now I'm gonna present the bowl. The noodle bowl, which has noodles in it. Well, it used to have noodles in it. Oh boy. Come on. Come on. Someone did scheme. You have so little life in this game. Like, what did I get? 3 or 4 things wrong? Alright, yep. Eldun very sad. Space created at Maractus Clinic. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita T. Allen. No! Bam, bam. Right, yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 got you. Wow, wow, wow. Come on, come on. Alright, I will save it next time, I swear, so we don't have to go through the whole shebang. Alright. Alright. Alright, come on. Alright, here's your testimony, then I'm gonna perceive it, and then I'm gonna do the thing, and put the thing, and the other thing, and the thing to go thing. Alright. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, yep, we got it. We got it. Ugh. I swear I will save closer. This is intense. God, this must have been such a pain on the DS without save states. Like, I don't remember ever maybe dying once or twice in actual Phoenix, right? Maybe they fixed it in the Switch updates where they have more save states. Alright. Alright, it's the last one, right? Okay. Okay. And we're gonna go there. And then we're gonna go up to her scarf. There we go. Was it not here? Oh, there it is. Confirm. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost back. All I did was talk and lie. Eat hot chip and lie. Okay. I don't really like this music track. I think the music's delightful, but this one, it's like so repetitive. Not vibing with this one in particular. Alright, we're gonna attack the dots. Okay. Come on. And now we're gonna really sneaky so that way nobody watching me notices. Make another save state. Nobody will notice. Alright. The music doesn't stop or anything. Alright. What happened? Proof that shows exactly what happened. We'll figure it out. We'll try this one then. Nope, I don't think that was it. Okay. Okay, so it is actually the lamp, okay. The bulb is broken. And there's a red splotch on the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp state. Well, spit it out! The talking in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple, Miss Alita Tiala. Please remove your scarf. Ah! I don't get it. Why does the lamp have to do anything with her scarf? Oh, is it like the like scary stories to tell in the dark where the girl takes off the green ribbon and her head falls off? I hope it's like that. Yeah. She's made that pose like 16 times though. It's not the I lost pose because she keeps trying. Alright, this is a trial to determine what happened in that park. Yet we seem to have drifted off target. Don't care. We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. It's insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my clothing. Miss Ciala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven. You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf. See, look, she's gonna make that pose 18 more times. It doesn't mean anything. Knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? Your neck. That isn't what I think it is. Did he try to strangle you with the cord? Something did happen that night at the Maractus Clinic. We needed to get that chart back, no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiancé's pistol to do it. But wait, looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness, specifically. You tried to threaten Dr. Maractus, and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Maractus Clinic. There is a character in the Great Ace Attorney where, like, a dove just flies off them when they're caught. A little reminiscent of this. Alright, order, order, order. Will someone please tell me what really happened? I had told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open the safe and give it to me. So you can save your own skin. What? I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. And if they see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I'll want some company. And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord. Paul Maractus was serious. Deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. Well, why gunshot then? Why gunshot? Oh, so you were the victim. And the red splotches on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now? No, not particularly. I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim I then snuck into the noodle stand. But how could I? His nose totally changes shape when he, like, gets taken aback like that. Alright, well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened at the Maractus Clinic. And it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself. I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. I told you everything. Can I go home now? You bear some responsibility for the events that day, true. Yet, if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up remaining questions for Miss Tiala. When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala? Very well. This finishes the cross-examination of this. Hell yeah. Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now, we rock. Now this track, on the other hand, objectively dope as hell. What? Those spikes in your head are softer than they look? Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way? Prosecutor Gavin. Paul Maractus choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious. What happened next? He's right! There is more we don't know. But she was choked so hard enough to leave the mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still. What if it was her in the noodle stand? Alita Tiala, half dead, Dr. Maractus pulling that stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it is all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin. Me? Fräulein, I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back over what we've learned up until now. On the day of the murder, Waki saw this checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside of him. So he took a pistol from the family stash with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. And Miss Tiala heard about this from Waki, so she went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him. In order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus? That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala. Perhaps he thought to death. What did he do after his crime? He was a doctor. He knows if somebody's dead or not. Or else he's a really shit doctor. I was just knocked out, not dead. From the state of his clinic. And the scene in the park. I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, her forehead, care to guess? Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do? Maybe he did think he killed Alita. He's a doctor! How does he not check a heartbeat? Worst doctor known to man. Do I have evidence to show what he did next? Did he stuff her in the cart? Why did she change shoes? I'm still not clear on that one. Alright, well, clearly we've made our mistakes before. Maybe somebody should just, do a little that. And is it just the noodle stand? I don't think, was it that? Okay, it was, okay. As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Eldoon's noodle stand. Oh? Hello? Oh. That's the problem with emulators, sometimes they give you a little lag. Alright, everything okay on the Twitch end and the YouTube end? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the boys? The bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belonged inside that stand. I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? The stand was at the clinic. However, the question is why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy? Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place? Huh. Wait, you don't mean... I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala. My corpse. Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he'd killed you. No way he thought that, not for a million years. His next move would be to dispose of the body. That's crazy. You're all crazy. Then let's think about it. Logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Waki Kitaki? I question your logic. What's this? The park is a dead end. Why would we head in that direction to begin with? That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand. Okay, that's even more absurdist. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What? Apparently, the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand. To dump the body in the water? That's my only guess, right? Oh shoot, should have made a save set. Okay, it was that obvious, okay. Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. Perfect place to dispose of a body. He was going to throw me into the river? He didn't have many other options, Rolene. I believe this clears up all of the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand, and the defendant before him. And the inside of that stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then, the denouncement. Wesley Stickler, of panty-snatching fame, walks up. I really thought we were done with this guy. Ugh! Seeing the two men, he shouts in that instant. Why are they all, like, naked in this, like, SketchUp? So, I shot him? You're the only one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. But then in that mock-up, Waki's also holding a gun, but in reality he was probably holding a knife. They just didn't bother to reanimate it. It had to be you. After we proved, well, not proved, but worked under the assumption that he had only dropped the knife. Alright, well, Miss Tiala. Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job of dreaming up a story. To get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Whereof what? Can't believe she's still trying to deny this. Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin? Must I always be the one to point out our forehead's errors? Maybe there really is something. I believe the Fraulein speaks of her doctor's car. His car? That's right, the Maractus Clinic has that big garage, which only fits one car. In which sat a green sports car, was it? Why would he steal the stand in the first place if he wanted to carry a body? He would have used his car. And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal the stand. And our defense without a case. I have an idea. You know the green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. Oh, what an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong. Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy. That's right. That night. The car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Afterwards, he drove it back to the garage. It ran fine. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car? Because it didn't have a mirror and that it wouldn't be road safe? A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. Best track, best track. Alright, order. Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus use his car to carry the body? Is that a groan of surrender I hear? Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. But for me, it's been like a couple weeks. Alright, Mr. Justice. This contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain what happened to us. Carried the... Else stole the stand. Carried the body to the car. What? Okay. Someone else stole the stand, the car, carried the body to the car. I don't know how somebody else would steal the stand. We do think the car ran. So I guess it's gotta be that. The victim used the car to carry the body. So you're throwing out everything you've proven up until now? Well, the car wasn't broken. I admire your adaptability in the face of impossible odds. Yet this does not explain why he was pulling the stand. What's going on? Is Prosecutor Gavin trying to tell me something? Okay. Who else would have stole the stand? That doesn't make sense. Okay, this must be it then. I have an idea. It's all coming together. Insert Kronk voice here. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Huh, now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. But one and one together, and the explanation is quite simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you can enlighten the rest of us, Apollo. Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night. We knocked off the mirror, but it still ran after that. I really don't know. Alright, not the map. It should still run without the mirror, right? Would it not run because he shoved stuff in the exhaust pipe? My thoughts exactly. All sorts of things come out. Girl, we're done with this plotline. Even the truth. Another crime was committed on the night of the murder. The theft of these panties. The latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, Snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Maractus Clinic garage. What? Snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them? Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you were here investigating? And I was on my way home. Oh, when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? No way to take this not sexually. Congratulations, it's Pride Month, baby. My motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe. Ah, too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that it could break from just that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust, and they won't run. My, how interesting. While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher snuck into the Maractus garage. From that time, until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of. I need to pull it by hand all the way? That's dramatic. Well, Miss Tiala, was he really that fit? Like, I don't know if I could do it. This wraps up your doubts quite nicely, I think. So it does. Where? Where am I? It's so dark, can't see. It's cramped. Oh, the pain, my throat's burning. What's your problem? You, Doc, I know what you did. Rocky? You lied to me. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man. Oh, wait, let me explain. Fine. I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked. But not how you think. It's not just me. No. He'll ruin everything. I have to stop him. Cease this at once! Hmm. Okay, I get it, everybody's shocked. How many more shades to wait do we need? Funny. This isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well. Too bad. There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand? In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left the slipper print. Dr. Baractus didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in paint, though. That was your mistake? No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. Hmm? I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Waki declared guilty, it was you. Oh, damn. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiala doing? She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost. I think he's already knew. He'd figure out she was the killer a while ago. Some advice, now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. He lost, but I didn't exactly win either. Hmm? Something the matter? Looks like it's time to announce a verdict. We've done it. We finally beat the second case. In a 4-case game. Alright. Court is adjourned. Great job, Apollo. You did it. Yeah, we did somehow. Waki's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted to be. And he has you to thank. Hey, attorney man! You're to pay for what you did! Or to blame, I guess. You give my Alita back! Stupid pointy-head attorney with death wish. Enough, Waki. Mr. Kataki. It's high time you opened your eyes, Waki. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you opened yours. Giving up the life? Trying to become some kind of businessman? Don't talk about what you don't understand. I'm afraid the guard is going to throw them both out. If not in jail. Wouldn't be a happy ending. Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Waki. Oh, Waki! Apollo has something to tell you. Hmm? I do? Oh, is it to get the surgery for him? To make more money to get Waki's surgery, I assume. Right? Let me make sure I present the right piece here. Alright, oh, so it's Waki's chart that just says metal object in foreign body. Okay. Oh, is it this one? Nope. Wait, is it Waki's checkup report or Waki's chart? Okay. Think about it, Waki. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean... You're... Really, are you? Wait, does his name say Big Wins? Oh. Because Winston, okay. I searched the globe, and I found one. Doctor, you can take that bullet out of you, Waki. But it's an expensive procedure. Man! But you got plenty of money already, don't you? I won't use it. It was gangster life that did this to you, Walkie. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Wait, he has eyes? Yo, he's got eyes. Please understand. Sad. Man, I see how it is, old man. I wish you're looking out for... Walkie? Listen good, old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who the real OG is. You try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. Oh, Walkie. No, it's as it should be. Mr. Kataki? I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you. Me? I don't think... Someday. I'll bake you one of our latest. The Kataki lime pie. He's opening a pie shop? So long. I want a lime pie. I want it in the gangster life if I get key lime pie. And he was gone. Always prefer pie over cake. To write anything agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? Aw, we make a good team though. Don't just stand there, let's get going. Why not? She did help me out. There's a few questions that still need answers. Like the power mine she showed me. And my bracelet. It's so weird. The bracelet that I bought at the sex store strangely vibrates sometimes when I press the button on it. Like, Apollo, put the pieces together. Though I can't say I care much for what her father has become. Oh, that's right. You have to go someplace first. Where? To claim a reward from Mr. Eldoon. Oh, salty noodles. Alright. Gotta stand back up already? Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat. Oh, even better. Even better. Please, anything but him. Woo! We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! Turnabout Serenade. Oh, are you gonna get to meet Clavier's band? How long have we been going for? Oh, it's been 3 hours. I don't think I should start a new one. Right. Alright, just in case, because sometimes this one doesn't save well, I'm gonna make another save state before I forget about it. And then... Then what? Then what? Oh, wait. I know. I hit that button. It's not too late. I know I could still think logic and brain and English. Alright, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. It's a good time. I'm glad we finally got through that case after I got so stuck the other day. Alright, well, hugs and kisses. See you, what's tomorrow? Is tomorrow Wednesday? Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye!